Hi there. I'm going to read from my 2023 horror collection, GÖTHIQUE. This story is called At One with Mere Ashes. It is first-person narrative, and so in addition to simply reading the words, I'm going to be able to vibe them out a little bit. I cannot feel but rather sense the energies of the flames, their erratic dance as candles are placed around me on the bier and one by one slowly, ceremoniously lit. The room in which I have been laid to temporary rest is vast and draughty. It has never been a warm space, no matter how fiercely the fires in the massive hearth might gambol and whip about the charred grate, the rusted andirons. Tonight, it is a seasoned sweeping breeze which wafts about, winding up and around and over my body, stirring the fabric, flicking at the tongues of light. Borne on the soft exhalations of decaying armies of times long past, be it silenced commands or cries of terror whose echoes have faded away, the cold air that sifts up from the catacombs far below us is ripe with struggle and suffering. It suffuses the space, sours it, and it seeks me out with intention, beckoning to me and to my living counterparts. Join us. I cannot see what it is directly beneath me, but can more or less discern the tufted velvet pallet upon which my corpse has been placed. Despite the bandages in which I am swathed, each little hill, horsehair stuffed and with a button stitched into place to anchor it, renders the suggestion of a cradling sensation over the entirety of my body. It is as if I were being held aloft, but by no means as one to be comfortably, safely reposed. No idle sojourn is this. Serendipitous that I had lain there on the floor of my own bedroom, undiscovered for nigh 2 full turns of the sun, before my sisters had at last come to call, on that day when they finally found me. Their unintended negligence, for I had been failing and was in need of their ministrations, would now serve to benefit me, for my eyes had been left frozen wide open by the shock of my fall. By the time the women arrived, my eyeballs had been exposed long enough to the dry air for my eyelids to have been rendered stiff as parchment, impossible to close. Funny, the youngest one amongst them had tried repeatedly to ease my lids down, draw the curtains, so to speak. But my gaze remained affixed into the voids. It was by then quite firmly set. I do like having them open, all the better to see. Later, as my sisters anointed my limbs and wrapped them in what felt to me like miles and miles of coarsely woven bandages, I had listened with some concern to their chatter. A few of them had wanted to place gold coins over my eyes in some token proprietary gesture, one taken straight from the playbooks of the mundane. But no, majority prevailed, and my sisters in their collective wisdom decided to leave my glazed-over death watch unencumbered. In this moment, I am looking as much by way of memory at the thousands of hand-painted stars and moons that dot the arched ceiling over our heads. The fretwork of stone which supports this expanse is intentionally rough-hewn, evoking the bark of a tree. It is reminiscent of the ancient oaks under which I and my kind welcomed our solstices, our equinoxes, beckoned forth the sun, bid adieu to the moon. This nave of carved stone contains our ceremonial chambers. It shields them from the daylit upper reaches where the everyman treads. Barely illuminated by the candles, the vast room fades quickly into deep shadow, appearing quite endless, as if the floor might go on forever and into the voids to eventually merge with the shallows of the underworld. This is a place of mystical confluence, home base to a fellowship to which I have belonged for as long as I can remember. I can hear my sisters singing. Their words are muffled, the melody distant. It is as if I were afloat underwater with them standing above and nearby, as if at some pier's end. They're sending invocations into the reaches below, to me where I lie submerged in this journey of mine, and farther beyond that as well. Farther beyond the here, beyond the now. We have always reached to the deepest depths, be it heaven or hellbound, be they opposing destinations or one and the same. And I know every word they sing. I did, after all, compose some of the verses myself. I sing along in my heart, asking, willing my spirit to heed the prayer, to please take wing, take final flight. Go. We sing to my afterlife awakening. We sing to incite my post-mortem spirit to sever itself from the sinewy and aged vessel to which it was assigned in life. We sing to ask of Mother Earth and her shadowed siblings that they may lift the renewed, tour me up, off and out of what had once been in life the woman, the witch, the temporarily housed human being. I, more than ever before, am fully aware of the fluidly conscious entity I am becoming. I understand that I am about to take leave of my erstwhile self, and that I am about to commence on an everlasting journey which will intersect, perhaps even link, the myriad planes of our most beauteous nook in this universe. I understand that I am on the cusp of manifesting something so magnificent. It is beyond anything I could ever have imagined in life, let alone called forth in any of my sisters who had preceded me in death. And it is from these other dimensions, not yet revealed to me, that I will come back. I am about to become she who they will call forth. It will be for me to heed the call of spells cast at midnight, to emerge from magic portals. It will be for me to pass through vapors teeming from the mouths of steaming cauldrons, and to rise up and out of fissures where reality leaves off and the real magic begins, where histories and imagination mix and are confused, where facts and hallucinations merge to become a riotous one, where the intoxicating and the primordial soup of immeasurable potentials hold the power to transport and even consume every participant who invites me into their presence, who is willing to behold the newly resurrected and oh so ancient me. I can hardly wait. It is the culmination of a lifetime of devotion to the craft, the closest thing to immortality I could hope to achieve. Wait. I do think, yes, I believe it is happening. Gossamer filaments loosen. They pull long, thinning out like strands of spun sugar or the threads of a spider's web when caught in the purposeful claws of a cutting November breeze. I am pulling free. I am undoing the knitting. My field of vision regenerates and broadens incrementally, sliver by sliver. New eyes, new sight. I see luminous fingertips pulling free from languid sleeves. They draw back and ease out, as if extracting themselves from the gloves of a reclining mannequin. The smallest of forms, like fireflies, these whisper-small appendages begin to stretch beyond the wise and calloused knuckles and fingers they were in life, the work-weary hands of an old hag. Reaching furtively, the ghostly digits stretch longer, longer. They wave like the dancing candle flames close by. I feel an urge to contract my core, to push. I start to try and lift my head. But wait, what's this? A disturbance in the distance? It is a harsh breaking sound, that of a fracturing. It disrupts the soothing veil of the requiem, whose melodies my sisters and I had crafted to conjure my sentient exit from the hollowed housing in which the emerging me, which as of this moment still resides. My spirit recoils. The luminous fingertips vaporize and disappear. They are gone. No. No. And so ends my reading. Thank you.